My name's Nate with Eagle River Fire, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about home fire preparedness. The first thing we want to touch on is making sure that there are smoke detectors in the homes, that they have been tested and batteries are working. Make sure to test smoke detectors every 6 months and make sure that batteries are replaced and everything is operating as should. Next thing we want to talk about a little bit today is home evacuation plans in case of an emergency. Making sure that family and even guests staying in the homes know evacuation plans, where to meet up, and different means of egress in case of an emergency. Another thing we wanted to talk today about was fire extinguishers. An acronym that we know in the fire service is PASS: pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. Make sure you're aiming at the base of the fire, not at the actual flames. And make sure that fire extinguishers are up to date and everybody in the home knows how to operate them.
I want to speak about the evacuation routes from the Cordillera community. For the Divide community, the best evacuation route is down Cordillera Way to Squaw Creek and Highway 6. For the Ranch and Summit and Territories communities, the primary evacuation route is via Fennel Road and Squaw Creek Road to Highway 6. The secondary evacuation route is via the Diamond Star property. In the event that that evacuation route becomes necessary, it will be opened by public safety or the fire department. Make sure to enroll an EC alert to receive the most prompt notification.
Hi, my name is Kevin Creek with Eagle County Paramedics. I'm the Community Paramedic Supervisor for Eagle County Paramedic Services. Our district runs from the top of Vail Pass into Glenwood Canyon. We have 5 stations with typically 5 to 7 trucks on per day, staffed with either 2 paramedics or a paramedic and an EMT. We also have the Community Paramedic Program, which I mentioned before, which we deal with in-home patients working with physicians in the hospital and in doctors' offices to prevent them from calling 911 or for unnecessary visits. And we also help with ambulatory detox, substance abuse, and mental health problems. One of the big things that we like to encourage the public to do is to enroll in a CPR class. Not only will you be taught CPR, but in that class you will also learn how to operate an AED. And we do know that the 2 things combined, early CPR and an AED, are the 2 things that are really critical to saving lives. Once we get there, then we can take over, but those things really need to be done before we get there to have a good outcome. There's an app called Pulse Point here in the Valley, and you can download this app, and in the event of an emergency, you can get on the application and it will show you exactly where the closest AED is, and you can grab that and start the process as you're calling 911. So if you have any questions at all for us, you can call us at our main number, find us on the website, and good luck.
I'm Amber Bear with Eagle County Sheriff's Office Community Affairs, here to remind you of ways to be safe in your community. One of the first things that you can do to be prepared for an emergency in your community is to sign up for ecalert.org. Please go online to www.ecalert.org and sign up to receive free text alerts. Anything emergency related in your community will be sent out via these text alerts from our Eagle County Dispatch, the Vail Public Safety Communication Center. Furthermore, very important to contact the Vail Public Safety Communication Center directly. If you ever see something, definitely say something. Trust your instincts. Something doesn't seem quite right, go ahead and call. That's what we're here for. Let us check out those calls that you're not sure about. You go. Dispatch is always available, of course, 911 if you have an emergency. The non-emergent number to call is 970-479-2201. Please don't hesitate to call. Cons, frauds, and scams are some of the things we're seeing in our community as well. Lots of fraudulent phone calls. Very important to not give out any of your personal information over the phone, online. Keep yourself and your information safe. protect your valuables, your family, your accounts. And again, call us if you need any assistance with that. You can also go online federally, www.ic3.gov, and you can report any kinds of cons, frauds, or scams directly to the federal government.
I'd like to remind you to take the time to prepare for wildfire season this year by starting with your home and the area around it. Take a roof down, walls out approach, looking at the elements of your home that might be most conducive to an ignition during a wildfire by things like flying embers or by flames moving onto the property through surrounding vegetation. Clear gutters and roof valleys, remove firewood and other debris from decks both on top of the deck and below. Keep the area around your foundation and your vents for crawl spaces or attics clear and with screening on them to protect it from embers entering the house. Make sure that you've got good separation from your home to surrounding vegetation that may ignite during a fire by thinning the stand for health and vigor and removing more combustible vegetation like coniferous trees and shrubs and replacing with things like aspens and perennial and annual flowers. Take the time to make sure that you have an address marker that's visible from the street and that you've also cleared that access area so that firefighters can safely arrive and work on your home and exit in a hurry if they need to. Beyond preparing your home for fire, make sure that you've also taken the time to prepare yourself for an evacuation. Know what you're going to take and know where you're going to go and how you're going to communicate with people once you've gone. A good rule of thumb for what you're going to take is to remember the 5 Ps, starting with people and pets first, moving on to priceless property like family heirlooms, then looking at important paperwork like birth certificates and passports, taking the time to look for personal electronics, things like laptops and hard drives and devices that we can't live without. And then of course making sure you've got all your medication prescriptions. And then a 6th one that's a good one to think about is plastic, having some credit cards or something to spend money, because you may be out of your house for a while. So plan on 72 hours and knowing where you're going to go and how you're going to get information about the fire while you're gone. Also good to think about making sure that you've taken the time to work with your insurer to make sure your home is insured for a complete loss as well as all of the items therein. There are lots of people in Eagle County that can work with you to take a look at individual wildfire hazards on your property, as well as to help talk through more emergency preparedness related to all hazards, not just wildfire. And you can call your local fire district for a home assessment, or you can have somebody from Eagle County come out by signing up at the Real Fire website, which is realfire.net.